I'm going to record this so we can come online, and we'll put it on our YouTube channel so that you can, as I said, review it when you, if you need to. So the 2020 tools, we're here to help you do whatever you can from a business development and business management standpoint. So that's what we want to focus on today. What tools are available to you as a 2020 member, and how do you make the most of them? Let me give you a quick update though. New website, which I am delighted. It's been a little bit longer than anticipated, but it always is. So with that, we're moving away from iShade, and I know a lot of members will breathe a sigh of relief with that wonderful news. So all of the resources will all be available on the website. We are in the final stages of getting all of the content up there, and what I had hoped is to get all of the users migrated over to the website. That may take a little bit longer than expected. So one of the things I'd encourage you to do after this webinar is get yourself registered on the website, and that means you'll just be able to get it straight into the resources rather than waiting for us to do that mass import. But let me just go quickly over to the website just so that you can see it, and you'll see that at 2020 Group USA. And what's going to happen is you'll come up to this green tab up here, and that's where the new login area will be. But to get yourselves signed up, to get yourselves registered, click on Members. We'll take you to information with the overview on membership. Click on Get Your Account Now. And what I'll get you to do is just sign up for this regular membership. And then once you've signed up for that regular membership, we'll then upgrade you into the premium membership section, assuming, of course, you are a premium member. If you're not a premium member, $100 a month, but there's also some great tools just for the regular members as well, a limited supply of some of the things that we'll be discussing. But for the premium members, click on regular membership, sign up here, and then we will upgrade you accordingly. Don't go with this one because you'll have to enter your credit card details, etc. But new website, once you're signed in, come to the members section. You'll see My Account there. That means you're signed in, and we'll go to the members area. And once we're in the members area, all of the resources that we'll be discussing, they're all listed here. And then on the right-hand side, we've got an opportunity to the various categories that the resources fall under. So if you're looking for people resources, click on people, and that will filter the people resources to help there. Also, if you're looking for marketing, just click on marketing, and that'll filter out all of the marketing resources that we have available. As I said, we are continually uploading our content. As I said, it did take a little bit longer than anticipated, as it always does, but bear with us, and if you can't find something on there, it means that it's coming soon. Shoot us an email and we'll get it over to you pronto. So that's a new website. Really look forward to your feedback. Hopefully it simplifies things a lot better so that you can get the resources that you need, and our goal is that you just come to the website, download the tool, give us a call if you need to. We're always a phone call away, and it's probably one of the resources that members don't take full advantage of, and that's just giving us a call. So the number's up there, the email's there, so whether it's give us a call and schedule some time or send us an email. And also we've got all of our social media channels up here as well, so join us, follow us, like us, do whatever you need to do there, because we're always bringing great tips to our social media feed. When we see a really nice marketing idea, we'll put it online just so that we can share it with everybody. And then also any of the latest trends. We find that social media is a great way to get those trends out to our members as quickly as possible. Also, if you haven't been receiving the newsletter, it is going out on a monthly basis, and we have had some members say that they haven't been receiving it. So if that is the case, again, send me an email and I'll get the link to you to make sure that our address is on the safe sender list. But it does go out every month, and there's a ton of always some really good marketing ideas in each and every newsletter. So if you're not receiving that, please let us know and we'll get that over to you. Okay, let's get back to the presentation, but jump on the website, get yourselves registered and jump into the members area. We'll upgrade your access for the premium members If you're a regular member, just jump in and you'll see some of the limited resources, and whenever you're ready, sign up for the premium membership. But let's get back to the presentation here. And so, new website, no more high shade, as I said, and get yourself registered and we'll be up and away. So, before we do launch into the program about what the tools are, one of the most important aspects is asking, what are your growth goals? Obviously, you're on here to learn about some of the tools available to marketing, help you market. We'll also be discussing some of the latest trends in marketing. But what are your growth goals? And what we might do, because we're making this CPE-able, we'll start with a poll just to give me some feedback in terms of what are your growth goals this year. So just give me some feedback there and let me know what your growth goals are this year. And as you're filling that in, one of the things I really want to stress is we are a phone call away, and it is unlimited support for members. So if you want us to review your website, discuss marketing, have a look at a marketing letter, talk about a marketing initiative, just give us a call. All of that is absolutely unlimited, and it's the #1 tool or resource that I think members don't take advantage of. So we are a phone call away. Another thing that you might want to do is take us up on the annual performance review, and there'll be a link online shortly, and that's a questioning process where we look at where you are currently and where do you want to be. But before we do get serious about marketing, we've got to ask the question, how much do you want to grow? And we've got the results in. 75% have voted. I don't think we'll get much higher than that. Let's share those. We've got the full gamut there. Now, we've got a third of the audience that have said they want to grow 16+%. Now, if that's organic growth, we've got to do some serious marketing, and we've got to do some disciplined marketing. So that's pretty exciting. But 10 to 15% with another third there, and 17% have said 0 to 5, and another 17% have said 5 to 10. Essentially, if you do want to grow, you need to implement some sort of marketing plan. It doesn't need to be an elaborate plan, but it needs to be something that happens on a regular and consistent basis. So one of the processes that we do go through with members when they call and ask us is to actually think strategically about your marketing. How much do you want to grow? Because once we have that 10 to 15%, we can then back that in, so to speak, and actually look at what does that 10 to 15 or 16+% mean in terms of new clients. Because a lot of firms, they say 10 to 15%, but we don't actually necessarily take it a step further to find out how many clients is that, what value are those clients at. So that's the value of the annual performance review, and also the value of giving us a call and having a 30-minute strategy session around marketing, because I'd much prefer to help you get 10 clients at $5,000 than aim for that 15%, because the 15% it's not specific enough for me. So we want to make it as specific as possible, and often just the questioning and discussing process is incredibly valued there. So that was one of our first steps that we have to take, and as I said, use us as a resource to bounce your marketing ideas. One of the things we'll also want to do is look at the personal marketing plan. Now, this is a tool online available to premium members, and what I'd encourage everyone to do is go through the questions in the personal marketing plan. I don't need you necessarily to go up to the mountains and take 3 days off and go through the process, but I need you to go through those questions. It's really key questions about your individual marketing skills, your individual marketing goals. Because what we need to do is, without a goal, without a vision, there's really no place to go. And in that bottom corner, it's all focused on a target. So this questioning process helps you to articulate goals. It actually goes through a personal SWOT analysis, not the firm. And I think a SWOT analysis is a valuable aspect of the marketing process, but it talks about your personal strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. We also look at identifying centers of influence and who are the people that we're going to tap into to help us grow. And then at the end of it, it's really helping you identify how you can become a famous person. we're very big fans of helping our members become famous in whatever area they want to be famous in. Some people want to be famous working with dentists. Some want to be famous working with law firms. At Scaling New Heights, we're working with one member firm, and they just do attorneys. So they can become quite famous when they are focused. So that personal marketing plan, which is available on the website, is a really useful tool just to help you articulate the plan, articulate your goals. Because what I don't want us to do is go down and do all these marketing activities with no real goal or no real strategy behind them. So the personal marketing plan is a really useful step in that the first instance. So next, we've got to look at getting the message right. And the elevator pitch template, which is on the website, is a really useful tool here. And once we've got our goals, we need to start articulating what it is. What is the value that we bring to the table? And that's obviously a very simple, that's not the elevator pitch template there in front of you, but the elevator pitch template just talks about who are the target customers, why should they do business with us, what is our value proposition, what are some of our core differentiators. But at the end of the day, our elevator pitch is really identifying who our target customer is, how we service their needs, the key benefits or why we're different, or the key benefits of your service, and then of course why we're different from the competition. And going through this elevator pitch, again, setting ourselves up for success by making sure that we can articulate everything about us. So whether that's you as the individual going through this process, we've had a lot of members use the elevator pitch template in a lunch and learn or a brown bag lunch session with the team, so that we can get everyone on the team, whether that's your partners, whether that's whoever's on the front desk, whether that's first and second year accountants on the team, we get them all on the same page. Because the last thing I want your people saying is, I'm an accountant. As we know, or I work in an accounting firm. I know there are a ton of other accountants out there, and that doesn't inspire me to come and do business with you. So this elevator pitch process is incredibly useful. So go through the process with your team and get everyone on the same page in terms of what is the value proposition that you bring to the table. Again, really nice training program that you can do, and a very simple template that'll just help you and your team focus on what is the value that you do bring to the table. Make a great first impression. Talk about a unique core differentiator. How's this for an elevator pitch? We help our clients make more profit, pay less tax, and have more fun. We're accountants for small business. That's a phenomenal elevator pitch. It's very targeted and very focused. And accountants for small business is almost by the by, but our goal is to help our clients make more profit, pay less tax, and have more fun. So the next step as a part of this process is we've got to make a great first impression. And however you choose to do that is up to you. But what I've got there is an example of the WOW accountancy firm. That's one of our members in the UK, thewowcompany.com. They make a great first impression with their website. So one of the things that we do a lot of with our members is going through what we call a website review. And we go through a couple of areas where we look at what are some tweaks that we could make to the website to make it stand out more. One of the first things that we do, for example, is make sure that the telephone number is on the front page. It's really surprising how many accounting firms' websites we go to and the telephone number isn't easy to find. So if you'd like us to review your website, let us know. We really enjoy it, and as long as you're not too sensitive, we'll identify 3 or 4 ways in which we might be able to get a little bit more bang for our buck out of the website. Make a great first impression. One of the great tools that we have is a welcome to the office slideshow presentation. We're really big fans of making sure that our clients know all of our services as soon as they walk in the door. And so you can download, it's just a simple PowerPoint, use whatever content you want, and feel free to ditch any content. A lot of the tools that we have, they're ready to go, they're turnkey, but what we do like you to do is add 20% of your personality. So look at ways in which you can bring some personality to any of the resources that are there. So we've got a slideshow presentation, just a PowerPoint. that we can set up and have that on a monitor that's playing in reception, maybe on the monitor that's in the meeting room as well. So on the left-hand side is the actual PowerPoint, a visual of the PowerPoint that you can download. Obviously insert your firm name where appropriate. And then in the middle there we've got something, it's exactly the same presentation, but we're using a product called Prezi. And Prezi just makes some of those slideshow presentations a little sexier, a little fancier, and we have had some very good feedback from firms that have taken the content of the PowerPoint, put it onto the Prezi platform, nice free platform, and when that's playing in the reception or playing in the meeting room, it really impresses upon your clients that you guys are on it. And not only is it a cross-selling opportunity, but it's also a great way of showing your clients that you guys are fresh, you're using some of the latest platforms, and you're letting your clients know all of the services that you provide. Too often we go into an accounting firm, and when we do surveys of clients, the clients don't actually realize that these are all the services that the firm provides. So one of the key things that we do in terms of not only saying welcome to the firm, but also ask us about an annual business performance review, ask us about our tax planning services, ask us about our wealth management services. So you'll see in the presentation that you can download different ways in which we highlight services, but also highlight people. Some firms like to highlight clients as well. So let's make a great first impression, and if you want us to review your website, send me an email and we'll go through that process with you. We'll review it and then spend 30 minutes on the phone with you just to go through areas that we think we could see some improvement. So make sure you take us up on that, but a couple of nice tools and resources that help make a great first impression. One of the key trends that we're seeing in the profession at the moment, actually in all marketing, is this move away from push marketing to pull marketing. And push marketing is the old Mad Men style where we talk as loud as we can to get our message across and hope that somebody receives it. But because of our ability to hide ourselves from feeds, unsubscribe from emails, fast forward through advertising, it has become far less effective, and it's really shifted over to this pull marketing. And this is probably one of the best graphical representations of the difference between push and pull marketing. And more we're seeing pull marketing impacting the accounting profession. No doubt the number one way in which you attract new clients is through referrals, but the power of the internet really reinforces whether or not they're going to be picking up that phone and making a call. And that's about the website, that's about the information that you put out into, let's just say, the universe or into your community about your firm. Too many firms, the message that they put out is, let me tell you about us. Let me tell you about how great we are. And so we've got to look at all of the marketing that we do put out. Let's just make sure it talks about the client. It talks about how we help clients. It talks about, gives clients some information. So some other key trends that we're seeing in the pull marketing is it's customer-led. It's informative. It's interactive. It's really based on reputation. And you will see that when we put the right message out to the marketplace, you will see people picking up the phone and giving you a call, visiting your website, signing up for a report, signing up for a newsletter. And the wonderful thing about Google Analytics, for example, can give us immediate feedback as to whether or not our web activity is actually generating some results. So Google Analytics is incredibly powerful. It's also free. So if your website isn't signed up to Google Analytics, make sure you get that signed up. And also, as a part of that website review, we typically, if you haven't got the Google Analytics, we get that up and running for you, or show you how to get that up and running. And if you do have the Google Analytics, we'll actually sign in and take you through a couple of the key metrics on there. But all of our marketing really needs to look at informative. How do we interact with people? How do we grow our reputation? Because on our website it says we're experts, but how do we demonstrate that in a leveraged manner? So one of the key trends in marketing is inbound pull marketing. We drag our our prospective clients to us kicking and screaming because we're giving them good quality information. So how do we look at our pull marketing? It's really in our calls to action. And what I would encourage you to do is avoid a free consultation, because there's not really, the client doesn't understand what a free consultation is. It's too big of a leap for your clients or for your prospective clients. But what are some calls to action that demonstrate some value, that demonstrate our skills and expertise without them having to make a huge investment? How do they get an experience of your firm? How do they get what it's like to work at your firm without actually having to be face-to-face? And the calls to action that we're seeing really popular are the new business kit. Call now for your free copy of 57 Ways to Grow Your Business. One of the best calls to action that is one of the tools available to you is the internal controls checklist. So we have a direct mail piece, a blog article that fits around the importance of internal controls, and then click here to download or call now for your free internal controls checklist. And it's a tool available to 2020 members. It's a simple internal controls checklist. It's not rocket science, folks. I'll be the first to admit, but it's an incredibly powerful tool to help your clients with. But you see these calls to action here. You can see that they're, what we're doing is we're demonstrating our expertise. What we're doing is we're bringing people to our website, to our business, to give them some value. It's not us talking about how great we are and, hey, trust us, but come to us and we can help you grow your business. So 57 Ways to Grow Your Business, we're seeing a lot of members take us up on that, and a bit more information on that is we do all the customization for you. So it's a professionally published book that you can distribute to your clients, to your prospects, to your referral sources, and I'll be honest with you, it is probably one of the best marketing tools we've used in our CPA firm, and we've done a lot of things. We've tried a lot of things, and we've spent a lot of money on glossy brochures and nice marketing materials that promote our firm. But when we shifted it and said 57 ways to grow your business, the response was dramatic. So we can get that turned around. Once we've got all the files off you, we'll insert your firm, we'll insert your logo, change the colors if you want, change the title if you want. If you don't like all 57 ways, maybe 52 ways to grow your business. Whatever you want us to do, we can get that customized for you. And for members, the customization process is $195. For non-members, it's $395, and that includes the license to use it, the customization, and also the publishing setup. That $195 does not actually include the individual copies, but we'll set you up with the publisher create space, and then you can order as many or as few as you want, and it comes in at about $2.15 per book. Typically what members do is they order 10 just to gauge whether or not the clients love it, and then those 10 move pretty quickly, and they then order 25 or 50 at a time. The beauty of it is one copy will cost you $2.15, 20 copies will cost you $2.15 per book. So we'll help you get that set up rather than you having to get the software or anything along those lines. Just have us do it for you, and we'll get you published very quickly. The one thing that the license doesn't cover is you can't sell it on Amazon, because as you can probably imagine, if 20 firms now have 57 ways to grow your business, it might impact the availability of it. Good question coming in that said, what if we want to use the 57 ways as an ebook? What we can do is we can help you set it up for an electronic version, but we can't make it available in the Amazon bookstore or the Apple bookstore for exactly the same reason. So there is an opportunity to actually just get the file set up, but then you would have to distribute that individually. What we can also do is just set it up, and so it's an electronic PDF, and firms are using that. Other firms are leveraging the content, and 57 blog articles. Come online and download 57 ways to grow your business. So there are opportunities there. Just let's talk about them one-on-one, but I hope you understand that we don't want to make it publicly available that people can purchase, because with the World Wide Web, that would mean that there might be 30, 40, 50, 60 different versions of 57 ways to grow your business, and so that could actually be harmful to us. So distribute electronically on an individual basis rather than through the main store. So I hope that answers the question there. Tom, wonderful feedback. Thank you very much. I'd like to point out that our firm has 57 ways to grow the business, and our clients and community so far have loved it and have been really appreciative. So Tom, thank you so much for that feedback. Wonderful to hear. So keep those questions coming in, but 57 ways, we can get that turned around, as I said, within 10 days, and you'll be a published author, lickety-split. So that's a great call to action, and it's a great way that you can demonstrate your expertise, show some value, give your clients some value, give your prospects some value, educate them, and you'll see that, again, the response will be overwhelmingly positive compared to, hey, come in for a free initial consultation, which so many firms is the call to action. One of the keys to success is consistency in all of our marketing efforts. So once we've got some of our calls to action defined, we've got to look at how are we going to get those calls to action into the marketplace. How are we going to engage with our members or with our community? And I would strongly recommend that unless we plan on implementing a consistent marketing plan, if we're not going to commit to that, let's not do marketing at all, because marketing only works when we have consistent activity going on. And one of the reasons why is what I like to call the client satisfaction curve. I didn't come up with this. I borrowed this from, I think, Charles Hyland at the Growth Partnership. But what happens is your prospective client's level of satisfaction with their CPA is very similar to this wave. At some points, they will be incredibly satisfied. Their current CPA returned a call on time. Their current accountant was proactive and said, hey, let's get together for some tax planning. Or it could even just be something as the current CPA sent them 57 ways to grow the business. So the client is happy. And when they receive your marketing message, they're not going to open it. They're not going to absorb it because they're currently satisfied. But there will be times when they are dissatisfied. There will be times when they received an unexpected bill. They got an IRS notice. They didn't return, the CPA didn't return the client's call in an appropriate manner. And when we send them that marketing message on a consistent basis, that's when they'll be much more responsive to it. So what we want to do in all of our marketing is be second. First is their current CPA, but in second place is us. And the way that we do that is with consistency. So these green lines represent various marketing activities that we want to be doing. So whether that's using social media, whether that's direct mail, whatever the activities are, we need them to be consistent so that we up our chances of hitting a client when they are dissatisfied with their current CPA. So key to success is consistency. And that brings us to our next poll question. Very simple one. Do you have a marketing plan? Yes, no. There's not even a maybe option. Just yes or no. Do you have a marketing plan that talks about consistency? So we'll just leave that open for a little bit longer. We've got about 2/3 of the audience voted. Now, the other thing, I might have a little clarifier there, but yes, we have a marketing plan, but do we actually follow it and implement it and measure it? And we can probably see some folks sitting in the audience listening today saying, well, you know what, I've got a marketing plan, but we don't actually follow it. We don't do everything that we say we were going to do. So let's close that and share that. Not surprising. We were 50-50 there, but it's slightly less than half have a marketing plan, and slightly more than half of the audience don't have a marketing plan. I'll be honest with you, we don't need an elaborate marketing plan. We just need 2 or 3 activities to happen on a consistent basis so that we can get some traction, so that we can build the pipeline, so that we can get some name and brand recognition out there in the marketplace. So let's keep going on today's webinar. We're big fans of direct mail. It for whatever reason, maybe it's in our community, but it works. And before the burgeoning of websites like Yelp.com, we always asked what was the #1 marketing activity this month, and time again, it was direct mail. So those people that don't have a marketing plan, I would strongly recommend adding direct mail to your program. And you're thinking, oh my goodness, I've got to write all these letters. No, absolutely not. The Accountant's Direct Marketing Kit, all those letters are online or will be online very shortly. And the hard work's been done. The heavy lifting's been done. They are turnkey, bespoke, ready to go, but what I'd encourage you to do is add your 20% of personality. Add your example, add your something that relates it to your community. But you'll notice that when you do go through those letters, there's a very different tone to them than traditional marketing letters. A lot of members send me that they say, Damien, could you review the direct mail piece that we've crafted, that we've written? And I always ask, did it come from the Accountant's Direct Marketing Kit? And if they say no, it's a clear indication of what the letter's going to look like. And typically those letters, and if you do have any marketing resources, marketing things, ideas, letters, postcards, business cards that you want us to review, please send them over, and let's tee up 20 minutes to discuss how we could improve a marketing piece. What are some ideas so that we could improve the take-up? What is just some different ideas? And pick my brain in terms of what's working with other members. But when clients, when our members write their own direct mail piece, typically it starts off with, let me introduce you to ABC Accounting, where we've been in the community for 30 years and we've got 65 years of combined tax experience. We're experts in this, and it's all about us, blah, blah, blah. But remember that trend to pull marketing. There's nothing in those letters that talk about how great we are. There's nothing in it for the end user. There's nothing in it that educates them. There's nothing in it that actually demonstrates that expertise. You know, here's a checklist for internal controls. That demonstrates that you are serious about the importance of internal controls. Not only do you talk about your experts in internal controls, but here's one of the tools that demonstrates you are experts in this area. So you'll notice that all of the letters talk about the end user, talk about the importance of strategic planning, talk about, hey, let's get together to do some profit improvement. Let's get together to help you pay less tax. This is all what the client's concerned about. The client doesn't care that you graduated magna cum laude of some fancy school. They care that you can help their business grow, you can help their business save money, you can help the individual pay less tax. So what is your call to action? And the Accountant's Direct Marketing Kit has a ton of great examples as to how to get direct marketing up and running. And as I said, direct mail works without a doubt. We can look at our targets, new homeowners for good quality 1040s, new businesses, and established businesses. And in that direct marketing kit, there's probably 150, 160 plus letters and marketing ideas that you can use and get up and running quickly. So if you don't have a marketing plan, what we might do is we might say once a quarter, we're going to send a direct mail piece to our list. Which brings me to an important point, the list. How are you developing your list? And again, talk to us at 2020. We can recommend listing companies. That's one way to quickly get a list. We can recommend the associations to join so that you can get their membership list. We can also look at what is one of the responsibilities of our marketing person is to build that list. And what I would stress is I'd much prefer you to hit 100 people 5 times throughout the course of the year than hit 500 people once. Remember the consistency? So in all of our marketing plan, let's look at that as narrow the focus of the target audience. So focus that in, but then let's hit them on a more regular and consistent basis. And that will build their level of engagement. And we've got a number of tools, well, not 2020 tools, but we can certainly talk to you about them, about automated marketing, about nurture marketing, about campaign marketing. Again, that's where you give us a call and say, Damien, what is this automated marketing? What is this nurture marketing that you're talking about, and how do we get it up and running? Because they'll give you the platform to make it happen. We've then got to put the content in that gets people coming back. And as you'll see, this is, for example, when we talk about some of our additional non-traditional services, where we talk about payroll, accounting systems review, cash flow planning, simple graphical reporting. A lot of businesses just get a P&L from their accountant, and it's just columns of numbers. But we've actually had some really good take-up on just say, hey, we'll interpret those columns of numbers and turn them into graphs that you can understand, and we'll have a meaningful conversation about it. So you might see number 2, graphic reports, and think, my clients are probably a little bit more sophisticated than that. Don't underestimate that. Don't overestimate them, maybe. Yes, they might be sophisticated, but that doesn't necessarily mean they understand the numbers that you're presenting for them. So you've got 20 different letters there that can insert the name, update the example, add your own little bit of commentary, and you've got 20 different pieces. So we might just choose 4 of the best letters there that promote the various services and incorporate those into our marketing plan. We might also look at 20 of those letters and think, is that another 20 blog articles that we could massage the content so that we now have 20 different blog articles which talk about the importance of tax planning, which talk about our business valuation services, talk about the importance of having a financial physical. That's one of the things that I would definitely emphasize is let's look at the content and the tools that we have available, whether that's as a 2020 member, whether that's as a client that uses ProfitSense or any of these other resources that you have available to you. Let's look at how we can leverage that content across multiple platforms. As I said, that 57 ways to grow your business, we've got 57 blog posts. We've got 57 Twitter tips to drive people to our website, and we can get that into the system. So it's really cool with the various platforms that are out there. We could basically spend Sunday loading every single one of those 57 ways into our blog platform and then just fire and forget. So every Monday there's a new way to grow your business. And together we could build a really nice marketing campaign that focuses, that includes some social media, some direct mail, some blogging, to get you going in terms of hit the website for this week's tip on how to grow the business. So all different ways in which we can leverage the content and change the content and use it across multiple platforms. Because the last thing I want you guys to think you have to do is we've got to come up with all new content. The content's there, we've just got to leverage it, change it, massage it, and then get it out through the various platforms. So that's the Accountant's Direct Mail Kit, and you'll see of those 20 different letters, that's just 20 of the examples of the 150 or so that I mentioned. That's 20 examples. So the heavy lifting's been done. Come online, and I think they're on there. I'll have to check with Christine, and if they're not on the website already, we will get them up there lickety-split. So we've got a social media kit as well, and again, if it's not there today, it'll be there tomorrow, so just bear with us as we are getting all of the content up there. You don't need to be an expert in social media, and the last thing, again, that I want you to be doing is thinking, oh my goodness, we've got to jump on this social media bandwagon, but where do I start? We've basically designed a cheat sheet for accountants so that they can get social media up and running in 10 minutes or less a day. And what I'd suggest is let's get together on the phone and strategize about how we can incorporate social media. I've got one of our member firms down in Southern California. We know that social media works for them. How do we know? Because Google Analytics shows that 30% of their web traffic is coming from social media. And that's growing from about 3, or basically it's growing from 0 and it's showing that social media is helping grow their website. Their blog is their most visited part of their site. Not about us, not about how great we are, but their blog articles about QuickBooks and about tax planning and about how to grow your business. That's what's most popular, and that's what they're getting calls about. They're not necessarily getting calls about, oh, I heard you were the best tax accountants in town, but I read your blog and I have some questions about QuickBooks for construction, or QuickBooks in real estate, QuickBooks in agriculture, whatever it is. So hopefully you get my drift. But the social media kit, which if it's not online, will be there today, tomorrow, as soon as we can, gives you basically a cheat sheet and gives you, I think, I'll have to double check, but I think it might also give you 15 of your first blogs. Now, what we've got to be careful of is that all 100 people that are sitting on today's webinar don't all of a sudden start at number one and propagate that same blog post out to their audience, because that'll screw us from a search engine optimization. But what we do is we go through, and as I said, 80% of the hard work's done. Change the story. Don't start at blog number 1. Choose blog number 10. So that we can get the content out into the universe at different rates. So again, with a lot of these tools, just give us a call and let's spend 20 minutes talking about how we might go about them. But if you've got a blog post there that's already written, what I'd really encourage you to do is just come in, change the names, change the dates, change the story. Instead of a dentist, let's change it over to a hardware store, or use one of your examples of how you've helped your clients. So the social media kit will be online if it's not already, but we can get social media up and running, I think, in 10 minutes or less a day. Don't forget your current clients. We think about a lot of marketing as a way in which we bring in new clients into the firm. But we all know that it costs 5, 6, maybe 7 times as much to attract a new client than it does to build a healthier relationship with your current clients. And for example, let's just change the wording. If you're a little bit nervous about marketing to current clients, let's just change it to communicating with current clients. For example, that accountant's direct marketing kit, you definitely should be talking about the importance of profit improvement planning, cash flow planning, internal controls to your current clients. Please, please, please don't make the mistake of thinking we've already got it. We're servicing everything with our current clients. We find that often, and one of the great tools that we have there is the client satisfaction survey. And you've got to be brave to go and survey your clients to find out what they like and what they don't like. But that client satisfaction survey is a great way of letting your clients know all the services that you provide. And we find that a lot of your clients are going elsewhere for services that you provide purely because they weren't aware that you could help them with estate planning. They weren't aware that you could help them with coaching or strategic planning, or strangely, they didn't know that you could help them with budgeting. So what we want to do is we want to make sure we've got a good communication plan in place with our current clients to make sure that they know about all the services that we provide. And I'll be honest, I don't do the best job of that at 2020 because we have a lot of conversation with members and they say, oh, I didn't know you did that. Oh, I didn't know that was there. So I will endeavour to do a much better job as well of educating you about all the resources available to you. But the marketing activity planner is just a simple spreadsheet. As I said, a lot of these tools aren't elaborate, but they're easy to use, and it basically says each month, here is the communication with our current clients. Is it a newsletter? Is it a direct mail? What I'd like our marketing plan to do is make sure that we've got multiple elements so that we're delivering our message in by whatever means our client wants to receive it, if that makes sense. So if they are a social media fiend, they can receive it via social media. If they're a little more traditional and they still like the direct mail or a physical newsletter, let's use that. But let's just make sure our marketing plan is nice and has all elements of it so that Our clients can receive our message in whatever way they choose to. So the client service plan is critical, where we make sure we are reaching out to our clients on a consistent basis outside of an engagement that we're working on. So for our individual clients, for example, we might only speak to them once a year for the engagement. So what are we doing in those 11 months or for the rest of the year to let them know that we love, show them a little TLC. One of my partner in the UK, Ian Fletcher, lovely tagline, which I'm sure he borrowed from somewhere. A little TLC leads to some HLC. So a little tender loving care with our clients will lead to some higher level conversations with our clients. So how can we show a little tender loving care? Send our clients some information about profit improvement. Let's send them some information about, I keep going on about the internal controls, but as I said, it's one of the most popular ones we've done. Send the clients your book, 57 Ways to Grow the Business, the new business kit. Who cares if they're an established business? They might know somebody that they can pass that book along to. And a brochure will go into the trash pretty quickly. But I've gone into our clients, and it's phenomenal when I see our book on their bookshelf, because we're always in their thoughts then. When they come and look for a book, or it's always on the coffee table, they're thinking about us. So we had one firm where they did the 57 Ways to Grow the Business, and I said, oh, so what was the client reaction? And they said, well, they're already clients, we don't need them, so I haven't sent it to them. And you can imagine the disdain that I had for that comment. So first thing we did was we sent a copy out to every client, or we made sure that there was a whole stack of them when clients were coming in for their tax meetings. So and the response to that was overwhelmingly positive. Norm, I didn't know you were a published author. Oh, these are some really good ideas, thanks very much. So make sure we don't forget our current clients, and if you're uncomfortable with the idea of marketing, let's call it a communications plan. But let's make sure we systemize it so that we do touch our clients monthly, quarterly, in some manner that's outside of the engagement. Cross-selling, and I know some people really struggle with the term cross-selling. So we're pretty good at it, I've got to be honest, at cross-selling our services. But what we designed was a series of help sheets to help your cross-selling. And what we've done, the simplest thing to do is print those help sheets out, put them on a clipboard, and then leave them with the client while they're waiting for the meeting to start. So we're typically 1 or 2 minutes behind schedule to that meeting, so it gives the opportunity for the client to go through the help sheet system. So that could be one of the ones here where we're talking about client key performance indicators for one of our business clients. Do you currently have the resources to grow your business without experiencing cash shortages? Yes, no, unsure. And the goal is for the client just to go through and tick any of those boxes, because any of the no's and not sure's, talking points. So the client essentially, rather than us having to bring up cash flow planning, if the client ticks no, not sure on any of those, the client's already thinking about cash flow planning. So the onus is off me to start the conversation. The help sheet starts the conversation. So go online and look for the help sheets. A really nice resource that does help the cross-selling education. So we're a little bit late to that meeting, so they can either A, absorb the presentation that's running in the background, B, flick through 57 Ways to Grow Your Business. So while we're coming to the meeting, it's sort of take a seat and let me give you a copy of our new book, 57 Ways to Grow the Business, and Chris will be in I saw him just finishing up a phone call, and he'll be in momentarily. Or C, take a seat, and if you wouldn't mind just filling out these forms just to make sure that we're looking after you as well as we can, just to get any more information about the business, just to get a sense of what's going on. Just fill those in, and Chris will discuss any issues with you that we quickly identify. So the cross-selling, the help sheet system, really useful to promote your full range of services. As I said, and we're finishing up fairly quickly or fairly shortly, what we want to do is leverage the content. you've probably got a ton of content somewhere. If you're a QuickBooks Pro advisor, for example, or someone in your offices, you probably have a ton of content available to you. Let's look at ways in which we can leverage that content. As I said, that 57 Ways book, you've got 57 of your first blog posts. Remember the 80-20 rule. 80% complete, then let's show a little bit of personality with that final 20%. So change the story. Add your own story. Add your own context so that people can see what your personality is like. But you've probably got a ton of content, a ton of stuff out there that is available to you. As I said, we've got the direct marketing kit, which we can change over to blog posts, which we could change to Twitter tweets, or put them on our LinkedIn profiles. We could use it in a newsletter. We could use it in a direct mail piece. We can use a lot of it. So, I know some firms still do advertising, and I've done a lot of work where Margie sent me the ad and gave feedback. And the first ad that came through was very traditional, dominant, talking about how great the CPA practice is. But we changed it, and we've changed it so that it really focuses in on the target audience, farmers. And we've shared some of the examples of how the firm has helped farmers. Might be in financing, might be in cash flow planning, but it really speaks the farmer's language, the audience's language, rather than how great we are. So we've got the content, it's around us, we just need to shape it, massage it, and leverage it across as many platforms as possible. So whether that's 57 Ways, the new business kit there, for example, is there's a great article there with a little bit of work on the importance of choosing the right entity. And probably one of the most searched things on the Google is, what entity should I be in? And we're one of our seminars in Ohio, in Chicago yesterday, and he says we do a lot of entity work, entity selection, and one of the main reasons, their blog, that talks a lot about entity and which is the right entity and making sure that you've got the right entity. Give us a call if we can help. But it comes around from their social media of, have you chosen the right entity? Click here to read information about the importance of getting the entity right. Here's some really valuable information. Now, if you've got some questions, give us a call. So you can see that the marketing changes. So rather than us saying, us CPA, hey, here's some information, read it. If you've got questions, give us a call. We drag them to us because we don't give them the kitchen sink, but we give them enough information that it either piques their interest and they need more, or we hopefully confuse them, raise the anxiety so that they pick up the phone and give us a call promptly. So make marketing happen. You need someone in a dedicated marketing role. If that's 10 hours a day, if that's 10 hours a day, that'd be quite an intense marketing team. 10 hours a week maybe. We need someone in a dedicated role. If it's administration / marketing, if it's bookkeeping / marketing, they're going to get sucked into whatever is before the slash when it gets busy. And again, number one rule is it's got to be consistent. It's brilliant if someone's a bookkeeper and they put up their hand and said, I want to get involved in marketing. Fantastic. But I still need someone to be responsible for coordinating all the activities. And so you can go online and download the marketing coordinator responsibilities list and then just choose, if I've only got a budget for 10 hours of marketing a week, here are the 5 activities that's going to take place in that 10 hours. We've also got a sample recruitment ad. Again, add some of your own flavor to it so that it is much more personalized, but it is written there for you. The other thing I'd like to some firms might say, Damien, I really want to get this marketing up and running quickly. Can you come in and do it for us? And so we recruit the person, we train the person, we coach the person. So that's another service that we do provide, and we get your marketing department up and running in as quickly as possible. In 3, we can do it within a week once we've got that individual there. So rather than the onus being on you, just give it to us. We'll come in, train, coach, recruit, train, and coach, and we'll get marketing happening. So even if that is a college intern coming in 3 days a week, 3 afternoons a week. Whatever it is, we need someone in a dedicated role, and we've got the job descriptions and the recruitment ads there for you. So if you do just one thing, say welcome and thank you. Welcome to the firm. We're really delighted that you made it, that you made the decision to come and work with us. We're delighted to have you as a client. Thank you for being a client. Thanks for letting us help your business. So many firms don't say welcome and don't say thank you. Go online, the thank you cards are there, the welcome to the firm letters are there and written, and let's just build it into the system. So as soon as a client moves from prospect to client, automatically welcome to the firm is generated. At the end of every engagement, thank you for being a client. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what we can do to help. Next step, go to 2020 Group USA, get yourselves registered for that regular membership, and if you're a premium member, give us a bit of time as we'll have to do the manual upgrades. As I said, I had hoped to do a mass import, but if you're really keen to get going, just get yourselves registered and we will upgrade your access so that you can access those premium resources. If something's not there today, bear with us. What I realized is I would have loved for it to be 100% perfect, but that might mean that the website's not there till the end of September. So we're getting resources on there, so bear with us. If you can't find something, shoot me an email and we'll get it to you. Craft a plan. Use the marketing activity planner. I love keep it simple, stupid. I'm very much a fan of that, that line of thinking. Follow us, join us, like us on the various social media platforms so that you can get great tips. Christine does a phenomenal job in sharing great marketing ideas that other businesses are using that we can translate to an accounting world. She does some great stuff in terms, or she does a great job in terms of demonstrating how to get a social media platform campaign up and running. We don't create all of the content, but when we see a good article, we share it, like it, tweet it, and that builds our reputation and it builds our following. Schedule some time with us, 800-788-0190. We love to talk, as you can probably tell, now that I'm going over the 11 o'clock mark. So just give us a call, schedule some time. We do travel a fair bit, so let us know when is a good time to talk, and we'll give you a call, whether that's from an airport lounge or a taxi or a hotel. We'll do whatever we can to keep you moving. And I'd much prefer us to do 20 minutes every 3 or 4 weeks than one call once a year. So take advantage of that. We're here to help you be successful, so let us know what we can do. And remember, coming from our member in the UK, Northern Ireland, it's more important to be different than it is to be better. So you've really got to think about what makes your firm different, and then we can really craft a great elevator pitch, a great value proposition around what makes us different. One of the simple things that makes us different is we're open Saturdays. We quote fees over the phone. So we don't necessarily have to go down this, again, elaborate path of unique core differentiators, but what are some of the things that do make us different? We quote fees over the phone. We're open Saturdays. Great differentiators. So I will sign off. I do have, I think I've got one more poll. I'll get the CPE out a little bit later today, tomorrow. We've got some, it's actually quite exciting, but we do have some new systems in where we've moved, and we're trying to get a lot more integration between our platforms. So bear with us as we do go through this process. Just the certificates might be a little bit later this week as we try to make things as streamlined as possible. So let's look at the poll. We've only got 60% voted. Maybe a couple of people have nodded off, or maybe popped out for some caffeine. But given that the time, let's close that and share that. 47% have said all of the above. 40% have said finding the time. Again, we don't need an elaborate marketing plan. We just need some activity happening on a consistent basis. And use us to help you get that set up. Use us to recruit that person. If you want us to come in and train that person, then let us know. But the bulk of the material is there ready for you to use. We've just got to now craft the plan. And as I said, if our marketing plan is just to say welcome and thank you and send out some direct mail to current clients communicating the importance of cash flow planning, the importance of budgeting. That is a great start for a marketing plan. So just let us know what we can do to help. And I'll finish and sign off. Doesn't look like there's any questions, so I guess that's a good thing. 2020 seminars, get along to a seminar. We've got the best practices for growth and profitability, 2-day program around the country, building the modern firm. That's a pretty exciting one as we see what's coming down the way in terms of value pricing, fixed fees, the CFO service that we've been promoting as well. That's pretty exciting. The Accountants Technology Conference, constantly changing. Great ways in which we can work smarter, not harder, become much more efficient, much more profitable, and much more flexible. And buy, sell, merge, obviously, if succession, buying, selling, or merging a practice is in your future in the next 1 to 5 years, definitely a seminar that you should get along to. And we've got a July 4th promotion going, so use the code July4 and you'll save 17.76%. I could have said 20, but I thought why not tie it into Independence Day. You'll save 17.76% on seminars and products. So jump online and make sure you get along to the webinars as well. So click on I think it's in the seminars tab, is all the upcoming webinars. We've now got that live. Register online and learn how to use the tools, what are the latest trends in the profession, and make sure you make the most of your 2020 membership. I look forward to talking with you all in the coming days, weeks, months. Bear with us with the website. We'll get everything up there as quickly as we can. Just send us an email if you're looking for something in particular or you do want a phone call to spend some time together. Folks, that is the end of the slideshow. Hopefully we will see you online or in person or over the phone. But have a wonderful day. Best of luck to the US versus Germany tomorrow in the World Cup. And look forward to talking to you soon. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.